Hello, hello! Welcome back to Zekas and Wrestling, and we have a big wrestling weekend. In certain quarters, we have AW All Out, which wrestling fans are probably more excited for, and then we've got the WWE Wrestlepalooza counter-programming, non-counter-programming that's going on. And I think from a WWE perspective, Wrestlepalooza seems like it's a bit cursed. Dare I say it? The main issue this week has been the speak of the ESPN app debacle. I don't want to say it's a storm in a teacup because obviously you can tell I'm British guy talking about American problems. From what I'm able to determine, the issue comes from certain providers of ESPN not being able to provide adequate financial situation, should I say, with some US fans having to pay twice if they wanted to watch WWE Wrestlepalooza due to the fact that the 5 providers, I think, are Spectrum, DirecTV, Fubo, Hulu, and Verizon. If you have those, you're okay, and I think if you've got anyone else as your provider, then you're not okay, and if you had to watch it, you had to pay, again, an additional cost in order to watch it. I don't know. That seems a bit silly. That seems a bit... it's sports access rights and whatever the deals are that enabled... you've paid your provider, but then this deal with ESPN and WWE comes at the request of it being on the ESPN app, which obviously is a different pricing model. I don't know. I'm not speaking out of turn as such, but speaking with a little bit of like, oh, that sucks if you're in America and you aren't with one of those providers. Yeah, that's a bit shady. You think they would have seen that coming, but from all accounts, this pay-per-view, I don't want to say it seems rushed, but it seems rushed. It announced randomly. It wasn't even like it was randomly. I remember Evolution getting announced, I want to say Mania time, or maybe a month after Mania. So there was like a 2 or 3 month build to that pay-per-view. Wrestlepalooza was announced last month. Seems very spur of the moment. This deal was signed because Disney wanted viewers on ESPN. They came up with this ESPN app to supplement it and other sporting events, of course. Internationally, we've seen a massive push in the UK, and with just me being a bit of a nerd and observing ESPN content, live sports rights, just popping up on Disney Plus here in the UK, just randomly. Yeah, we've got Spanish football coverage, Women's Champions League, both of which are football, by the way, for any as in proper football, not American football. And so you can't help but observe, and you think, oh, okay, Disney are making a massive push into the sports rights market, something they probably should have done a long time ago. And now you've got obviously this Wrestlepalooza ESPN app debacle, blah blah blah. So yeah, Wrestlepalooza, that's one issue. The main issue for me as a fan watching it is that the build has been pretty tepid and maybe non-existent in certain quarters. I don't want to. You don't want to just be Mr. Negative online, so you just try to be sort of balanced. But yeah, it does seem like a rushed event put together on the spur of a moment to capitalize on a big deal that Disney presented to them. So credit to them for that, I guess, and more power to them. But at the same time, we are talking about a card that was, on paper, looks good. In reality, and due to the build, and for many other reasons outside of their control, perhaps, it's not been brilliant. We've got the use, I'll go the main events with the John Cena, Brock Lesnar. They've had 1 or 2 interactions since Brock returned at SummerSlam. Obviously, you've got the controversy about Brock returning in the first place. Was he just returning for this deal in the first place? I don't know. But you've got no doubts about it. You've got Brock versus Cena, which, no one's expecting a great match out of them, but it'll be an event, no doubt about it. Brock hasn't gone for a while in terms of in the ring. Not that matters with his moveset and, what he does in the ring anyway. John Cena is he's approaching retirement, let's be honest. So I'm not expecting a big event, but you never know what's going to happen. There might be a return at the end of that, which we'll get to in a bit. we've got the mixed tag match. We've got Seth and Becky versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. AJ Lee's had a great return, I think. I think she adds something definitely to the product. She's got a very unique promo style that rubs some people up the wrong way and engages other people. I think she has a lot to offer on screen. I think that character was always a little bit out of her time. You know what I mean? She was a bit before her time, should I say. So I think as long as she's happy, it's great to have her back. That's probably had the best build, or the most long-winded build, and it's been 2 or 3 weeks worth, so not a lot, but there has been a lot more effort into that. Some good and some not so good promo segments, but it's been the best build by far, I think. You've got the Usos versus Bron Bron. The Usos return as a tag team, but they tagged early this year, so it's not as big a return as I think they're marketing it as. And I'm sure the match will be good because all 4 of those are really good wrestlers. But the build has been very one note. I mean, a heel turn from Jay possibly could sort of jump that excitement level up a little bit. That'd be interesting. But I don't think they're going to do that either, to be perfectly honest. And I don't want to rag on the event because I am going to watch it, and I think it will be better than what I'm expecting it to be, which is always a good it's a good baseline to start with. But at the same time, you can't really argue with it. Io versus Stephanie Vaquer, I can't wait. I think this is going to be the match of the night, without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion. But the build has been odd. There was that odd thing about Stephanie not being there for a week, which is odd. They've basically shaken hands every moment. It's not been a great build, but I love the 2 of them. I think they're brilliant in the ring. I think that's going to be a really good match. I do hope Io wins. Not that I've got anything against Stephanie. I just think it would be more interesting for Io to win coming out of it. Obviously, the winner's going to face Rhea in Australia. I was going to say Clash in Perth. It's not that, is it? It's Crown Jewel in Perth, which is an even odder name. So I hope it's Io, just for that match alone. But I wouldn't begrudge Stephanie winning it. But I just feel it's a bit soon for Stephanie, but maybe it isn't. I don't know. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that match the most. And the other match is Cody versus Drew. Cody hasn't been around. He's only just got back. Drew's been feuding with Randy Orton more than he has Cody. So odd. And I have no doubts that The Rock is definitely going to be there on Saturday. They're almost telling you he's going to be there in a few of the ESPN videos I've seen advertised this week. It's the big one launching on ESPN. You can just see them giving a phone call to The Rock. The Rock's got a film to promote as well, of course. What will be odd is seeing the newly slimmed down Rock with his big head. And I'm not being flippant there. Him and his sort of bobblehead looking figure in a wrestling ring, because we haven't seen him look svelter in quite a while, and it's amazing how much weight you can lose quickly, eh? He's going for that Oscar, and good luck to him. Why not? He'll be promoting this film. I've got a really checkered history with The Rock, certainly in the recent past. I don't think his return to WWE, as in the board of directors and having an authority, has done much good on screen, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, so apologies if you disagree. But I also think he has done. What he did with WrestleMania this year. I know he's got supporters on this. I think he actively worked against WWE in what was beneficial for it, I'm not saying he was responsible for ruining the main event, but his participation or lack of, after setting himself up as a key component in that storyline, was definitely a contributing factor to why that was just not great. And his excuses on Pat McAfee all but confirm that as well, to be honest. His sort of PR nightmare trying to dig himself out of it. But anyway, I won't go into that. Wrestlepalooza, I think excitement level is pretty low, if I'm honest. Some of it's got to do with the name as well, to be perfectly honest with you. I know it's an old old pay-per-view they've brought back, but at the same time, it's not the name you want to pick. But anyway, that aside, expectation level is pretty low. I think I could just see the headline saying that AEW All Out is going to dominate the wrestling sphere online coming out of it, because it just will. But, you know, WWE have put their best foot forward. Well, no, they haven't, but they've tried to put their best foot forward. Well, no, they really haven't. But they've put a foot forward. Let's leave it at that. What do you think? Are you excited for Wrestlepalooza? I've just had a little bit of a ranty video, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to probably enjoy it as well. And I think on paper, all these matches have the potential to be really good. One or two more so than others. But I think the build has been pretty poor, if I'm honest. You know, they've had a lot of these wrestlers in-house. It's not like every match has been using components that haven't been there, but anyway, that's just my take. What do you think? Am I onto the money? Am I just barking up the tree? Am I being harsh? Am I being fair? Let me know in the comment section below. Please leave a like or subscribe on the channel. It's just a word I seemingly cannot say. Subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.